And protesters gathered in Huntsville today to call out for justice following the death of George Floyd. This demonstration is one of many across the country tonight, but some protesters here in Huntsville say a deep spiritual call brought them out to join. Our Kenesha Dees tells us more.
The death of George Floyd sparked outrage across the country, including here in Huntsville. However, some people say it's faith that brought them here today.
Father, I just pray that today that your love will shine through, that in the city of Huntsville, Alabama, people will know that people love people regardless of their skin color.
Before the march, protesters opened up with prayer, leaders of faith at the forefront.
Maybe it's time for different people in this community to carry conversations to people who won't listen to me.
Say faith does intersect with seeking justice.
We need more voices out here. We need to be out here every day if we have to continue to say this is not our America. This is not the country we want to live in, where black and brown bodies are not valued as much as other bodies.
And yet, even during the protest, it was met with anti-protesters who are faith-based believers. At one point, protesters broke out in songs singing spiritual hymns. Even still, people still bringing a sense of unity during troubling times.
So what happens to my brother and sister there happens to me here. I have a responsibility to be out here to support.
We have to be steadfast in our willingness to speak up and speak out.
And it was a mostly peaceful protest. At the end of the day, everyone, black, white, male, female, even children, came here today with one goal in mind, and that is justice. Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.